Welcome back to the channel. If you can't tell by the title, this is the final assembly of my 135i to 1M clone. Now, if you've been keeping up with my videos, I might have skipped a step as I said I was going to paint this car myself, but life got busy. I sent it to somebody to get painted. It came back to me in Java Black Pearl, so I will catch you guys up on everything that you missed while we put the car back together. And at the end of the video, we're gonna get the first look together of what this car looks like. I'm beyond excited, so let's get into it. If you watched my previous video, I was planning on painting this car myself. I even went to Harbor Freight and I bought all the paint tools, spray guns, HVLP gun, the detail gun, all that kind of stuff. I evaluated my time and I just realized that it just didn't make sense. Plus, my business is starting to pick up and things are starting to get really busy, so I just figured it'd be best to leave it in a professional's hands. So price point of this, and this is where pros and cons really came in. So yes, I did have a professional do this. It cost significantly more than what I would do if I decided to paint the car myself. I found a local guy that paints cars, does it at a pretty reasonable price. I paid $4 grand for the whole car painted. So I negotiated the price a little bit. Worked it more in my favor because I'm already grossly over budget in this car. Therefore, I had to think about, is $4,000 worth my time and I can get a professional finish? The answer to that question was yeah. It was well worth my time because let's just say he quoted it 60 hours of labor. That 60 hours, if I did work in my business, could I make $4,000? I can get pretty close to it. Even though I technically lost content, it saved me a lot of time to get back to putting this car back together and enjoying it. So that's what I thought was important. I still have all the paint stuff. I never returned it. And if you guys stick around long enough, I bought another project that you will see on my channel later on, probably in about 2 to 4 weeks, that I will paint myself, and it'll be a very fun project car, and I'm very excited to announce it, but for now I gotta keep it secret. Unless you follow me on Instagram, then you probably already know, but if you're explicitly YouTube watching me, then you'll see it soon. So that's just the general backstory of what you guys missed and kind of what I kept from you. So I feel bad about it, but I plan on updating you with this car and my future cars as much as I possibly can. I do not want to slack on YouTube. I do want to grow my social media and eventually do this full time. Now, that's a little bit about me. You probably want me to shut up. Let's get back to the car and let's speed to the end and see what it looks like. I'm just gonna do these hand tighten for now. I'll come back, finish it in a minute. Rear's looking good. Let's throw the bumper on and the carbon diffuser, and the rear end will be complete. There we go. This fender gap looks a little off, but when I put in the screw, English. Fender gap looks off, but don't worry about it, cause when I put the bolt in the bolt in the metal thing and that clamps them together, it'll make it look good. But for now, we're good here. Shiver me timbers, dude. Got to put the little plates in the ducts, man. I gotta take it back off. Hold on, intermission. It looks great, but right now it's making me cringe a little bit because it looks like one of those Mark 6 GTIs that have a $40 Amazon bolt-on wide body with still stock wheels, because it just looks ridiculous. But I have faith the wheels are gonna pull it together, but right now, just look at this. You can't tell me that doesn't look absolutely ridiculous. So I bought some white and carbon fiber. Let's see if it focuses. White and carbon fiber, I think it would give it a nice taste. Loop in with the wheels. I don't know, let's throw it on and see what it looks like. All right, final look of the rear end with this new emblem on. Ooh. 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 Stepping back, this looks pretty dang good. Let's move on to some side skirts, front fenders, front bumper, and then we're done. Sounds easy, right? I had the right side all along. Yeah, man. There we go. We'll put one in here for now just to hold it down. I'll finalize it later. What you doing on the ground? Yo, these things, pretty sweet. Kind of like them. They're hard to find because anyways, come with me. Swim over here. I think this car was in a passenger side accident because a lot of these clips under here were like bent or broken, but some of them are going in pretty nice. Under here, oh my gosh, I gotta like lick the floor. Under here's done. We're gonna do the other side and then move to the fenders. We're getting down here to the nitty gritty. We got the thingamabob and then the bigger thingamabob and then the hard to find thingamabob and then the big thingamabob and then repeat the thingamabob on the other thingamabob and then wheels and then we're done. That easy, right? I gotta show you guys a trick. If you wanna run 275, an aggressive tire, about as aggressive as you can get on the fronts. I did have to trim back some of the joints in the chassis and then bend them back and then drill a hole through so I could zip tie the fender liner back so it doesn't rub as much. I'll show you when the fender liner's on what the whole setup's like, but actually I'll freaking show you right now. Right here, you know, you got your like, it's like a chassis seam. And what I did was I chopped little relief slits in it. And then I bent it the whole way back. And then there's a little hole drilled here through the seam that I run a zip tie through. And then I drilled 2 small holes on the fender liner to zip tie it. And then it pulls it back tight so that I don't get any rubbing when I go into turn. Kind of ugly, kind of ghetto, but it works. That's all that matters. The goal is to put these on kind of loose, so if I have to make adjustments to the hood or to the front door, I can do so. Right now, it's just to make sure it doesn't fall off. All right, now that we have the fender on kind of loose, I'm going to check the doors, and then I'm going to lightly close the hood. I'm going to see if we have any contact anywhere. Make sure all the body lines are symmetrical and even. And if so, then we'll throw on the marker lights and then we can go to the fender liner. So let's go check these lines. Let's see what they look like. First try. Not too bad. Down here's a little strange. It's probably because I don't have the bolt on the inside of this one just yet. Close the hood. Not too bad. You can see it widens up right here. So maybe I want to kick in here, and then I should probably put the bottom one on, and then I can push this top end in just a little bit. So let's do it. So now that the fender's on, I got the body line straightened up. Now we got to put in these no longer made, hard to find marker lights. I had to order mine from a different country, and it took like 3 weeks to get here. So I'm gonna try to be very careful. Plug it in. If you don't know, you do have to reverse the polarity if you're still running stock 135 wiring. So all you gotta do is cut it, switch it, splice it back together, heat shrink it, and it should be good. So let's throw these on. I will try to be very careful. All right, there we go. Woo! Plug it in. I deleted my windshield washer reservoir, so that's what all these extra wires are for. They're just gonna get tucked behind the fender liner, no problem. I'm not gonna bore you with doing the same thing on the other side as well as the fender liners, so I think they're pretty self-explanatory. I'm trying to keep this video at a minimum, keep the boring parts out of it. But once I get both the front fenders on, fender liners on, we will finish this off with the front bumper and front lip, throw the wheels on, and we will get to see the end. So if you stuck this far, I greatly appreciate it. I do have a build list of every single part that is on this car. It will be in the description as well as the comments. If you want to support me, I'd greatly appreciate it. If not, I'm just glad you're here. So let's finish this car up because it is about midnight and I leave for North Carolina in 4 hours. And I told myself I was gonna finish this, so let's stay locked in before I start seeing things and hearing voices. All right, so I'm onto the front, putting on the headlights. Once the headlights are on, we can throw the front bumper up on a stand and put the front lip on. Usually people like to just double side tape front lips. Personally, I don't trust that. I'll show you my setup here. All I really did was drill some minor holes so some M10 bolts can fit in. And then I double washered them. Kind of makes the bumper and the front lip one piece, which is something I kind of like. Because first when I put on the front lip, it like flopped around. So I'm going to repeat this for the other side, and then I'll show you what I mean on this front bumper and the front lip. Carbon front lip, this is from Alibaba. I think it looks great, runs super low, so all it takes is one raccoon and you're freaking smacking and destroying this thing. To give it a greater chance if I do hit something or if I scrape the ground or whatever it might be, what I did was I drilled holes around the front lip. As you can tell, there's none in the center. That's because it's hard to drill with how the center lower duct is on the front bumper. What I do here is I bought 3M double-sided tape that's going to be put here in the center, and then I have these M10 bolts on the edges of the front lip, and then all I do is this bolt goes through the lip, right? This is the nut on the other side. And then I have a double washer. So a washer will go on the bottom, on the lip portion, and then another washer will go to the top of the bumper portions. Because if you just had a bolt and a nut, over time it would just rip through it. So this would give us a little bit more stability and strength. And then I think we have 8 bolts on here. Should hold up pretty well. So what we're going to do is put the bumper on, line up all these bolts, and go from there. I might have to put this on the ground, to be honest. It's currently 1 in the morning. Putting on that front lip took like 45 minutes. Super secure, so take a look at what this looks like. Here's what I was trying to show you guys. I have bolts running through, washers on every side. This whole center is double-sided tape, and then 4 more nuts on both sides. So now we can throw the bumper on the car, put on the rest of the fender liners, throw on the wheels, and we can finally drive it. I gotta leave for vacation in 3 hours, so I gotta get this done within the next hour and a half. So let's lock in, let's finish this up. I'm dying over here. Now we can put it on the front bumper, under trays on. Dude, I just realized I didn't put on the kidney grill. I didn't put on any grill. All right, now we can throw on the front bumper. I got the driver's side air duct on. I'm not running the passenger because I have an oil cooler with the air duct already in it. Fits perfect. And all we gotta do is throw on the bumper, hook up the under tray, and throw some wheels on. Let's get it. Passenger side's a little tight because of the oil cooler. It's a little smushed back there, so you do gotta massage it into place. But dude, this thing looks freaking good, dude. All right, I'm gonna button up the front bumper, button up all the fender liners and under tray, and then we'll throw some wheels on. Take a look. Woo! I see the end. Well, I'm finished wrapping up this car. Just take a look at it, man. All we gotta do is throw some wheels on it, and then we can go for a nice spirited drive to a gas station because it's 2:30 in the morning and I want to see this thing out in some form of nature before I disappear for a week. So let's throw on these wheels, wrap it up, and zoom! Zoom, zoom, zoom. Fireworks. Dude, doesn't even have the wheels on yet, cuh. If you made it this far in the video, first of all, I'm very grateful for you, but I'm also very grateful for the opportunity I've had to build this car. A lot of financial planning and sacrifices went into making this what it is, and I look forward to building it as well as other cars with the same passion as I had building this car. I hope you can join me in my journey. We're going to go take this car to a gas station. It's currently 3 in the morning. We're going to take some gas station photos and videos as typical, but thank you for following along. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed spending time with me on this chaotic adventure, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I look forward to seeing you in future videos, but enjoy.